Hello my dear sewing friends, it's Alisa here and welcome to this spring cleaning / decluttering series. Now don't worry, you did click on the correct channel. It's still all about thoughtful and creative sewing, but a big part of that is the space where we do it, the materials that we accumulate, and also that chaos that sometimes creeps in. Now the series has 5 episodes, and in the first episode we did a lot of decluttering, like a lot of decluttering. So if you need a little bit of encouragement to get that started and to get that going, you're definitely going to find that there. Then in episode number 2, we did a lot of organizing. So look at my pegboard, how nice it looks. And then today we have episode number 3, where we're going to tackle that dreaded box of unfinished projects. Oh, there it is. And I must say that usually it doesn't actually get that big, but throughout this process of spring cleaning and decluttering and then organizing, I've definitely added on. So today we're going to have everything from like finishing the last bits of the project so that way they can move out of this box, all the way to color transformations on the fabrics and whatever else we're going to find inside of this box. All right, I'm going to dig right in because procrastination can definitely ruin the moment and all that enthusiasm about getting this done, so just dig right in. And the first project that I have on my plate is this sweet little jacket that I made for my daughter quite recently actually. Let me show you the insides because the insides turn out really nice and neat. And the only thing that's missing here, guess what? Our snaps down the center front. That's the only thing that I have to do, and after that my child will be able to wear this jacket and enjoy it. I think I even know why I didn't finish the snaps is because I don't necessarily have a 100% success rate when doing snaps, the ones that you pound in, and I probably just didn't have enough time to like concentrate and get this really done nice and well like I would like to. So I set it for a later time, and now here we are, finishing it from the box of unfinished projects. You know, I also imagine that I'm probably not the only one who goes absolutely crazy when I do have a pile. It always feels like these unfinished projects that they're nagging at me, whether it's this pile or a mending pile or upcycles pile. But you know, I also understand that life happens and sometimes I don't finish all my projects or everything that I wanted to in a time frame that I had. And what happens is, here's one project that's like 99% finished, here's another one, and then bam, we have a pile. And it's just, whew, it takes mental space, it takes physical space. So if you are in the same boat as I am, come along, let's encourage each other. Let's just get it done and over with so that way we can actually wear these clothes, we can send them out of our working space and sewing space so that way we can move on to other projects that we're really excited about. They all work. I didn't have too many complications, and I'm actually really happy with the final result. Now, while I was inserting the snaps, I actually found these cute little buttons that I bought quite some time ago. And with kids stuff, I always worry that she's going to grow out of it. So these are decorative buttons, and I think that these will go really nice with this jacket. So I'm thinking about sewing these on as a decoration because why not? While we're at it, might as well do it. By the way, this was totally unplanned. I did not leave the spaces between the snaps to sew in these bees. It just kind of came to me in the process, so I'm happy I did because it looks super cute. Oh my goodness, you have no idea what I just found in my sewing room. I'm gonna show you. This is, I kid you not, this is a scorpion. All right, on to the next project. This is a t-shirt that I was working on. This is actually for the new series on my channel. The series is called Creative Experiments. I already did the first episode and I'm working on the rest of them. And I'm going to do something a little bit extra to this t-shirt. And so far from what I can tell, everything is finished apart from the top stitching on the neckline. And that's about it. My guess was that I had some other projects that I needed to work on, and maybe a deadline, this or that, and you know how sometimes it happens. You just put it aside and then it flies out of your mind. And yeah, so right now I'm going to finish it real quick, and that's it. It's an easy one. way, this t-shirt and this t-shirt as well were both made from fabric scraps. So if you've been doing spring cleaning in your sewing space and decluttering, and you have a big tote or a tub of fabric scraps and you're just not sure what to do with it, these could be really great ideas how to put fabric scraps together and actually make some really fun clothing that oftentimes becomes your favorite because it's just so much more special at times. And I personally really enjoy working with fabric scraps, so I thought to give you a couple of ideas in case if that's what you're looking for. All right, I see a Ziploc bag over here, and I know which project this is, and I'm actually not going to be finishing it. You know why? Because there were so many things that I didn't think through that I can't really continue with this project. And let me unpin this so that way I can show you what I was working on. This was also completely made from fabric scraps, and when I do make something from fabric scraps, it actually involves a lot of brainstorming and a lot of figuring out, because you need to make sure that when you are pairing scraps together and creating a textile or creating a composition or this or that, that after the wash and wear and tear, it actually doesn't fall apart, it doesn't look horrible, it retains the original shape and the original look of the garment. And sometimes with fabric scraps, especially if you're using different types of fabrics and different techniques, sometimes it might be a little bit challenging. So here, I wanted to create a sort of like a patchwork textile. These scraps were all knit fabrics, as you recognize them, right? And you know what? I didn't really think it through how it's going to launder, because usually when I do something like this, I would do it from woven. Well, in this case, as I mentioned, it's all knit. And I didn't really think about how it's going to retain the shape and hold on in the process of wear. And some of it wasn't really exactly done the way I envisioned it to be. This is one of those projects that I'm not necessarily giving up on, but the reality is that I didn't think it through enough for it to be successful. So I'm going to put it into my fabric scrap pile. My daughter can maybe play with this. Maybe we can make some clothes for dolls, but it's definitely not going to be a jacket. All right, next step is this skirt. Not sure what is missing actually. I remember I made 2 of these. This was actually from a past tutorial. I made 2 of these. One was for a gift and another one was for my daughter. And I don't remember why is it in the box. My guess is that the only thing that I have to do is top stitch this part of the elastic. I don't really see anything else that's unfinished. So I'm just gonna get that done. Okay, so this actually hasn't even been started. This is a fabric remnant from those really nice flowy wide leg pants that I made last summer. And I even had another fabric remnant over here that would match in color. And I think I was going to make my daughter a skirt for summer, but you know what? The reality is that she actually has a lot of skirts already, and she doesn't need another one because it just wouldn't get all the wear that we can get out of it. So I'm actually going to put it back into my scrap pile. It seems like I have more just fabric in here. All right, I have some fabric scraps to make sweaters for my daughter. This hasn't even been started, so I'm going to put that aside. Over here, I have, I guess, gathered all of my dyed silks. Remember these onion skin silks that I did, and avocado skin silks as well? So I guess this is just a bag of all the silks because I've been planning to actually make a project out of them. So this again needs to go back into like a fabric basket. And over here, same story. I've been putting away some of the silks, some of the shirtings. Makes my life a little bit easier. It's not as scary as I thought it would be. And you know what? I think it's just about time to move on to the fabric that I was planning to dye a different color. I'm going to grab my big fabric dye basket over here, and because I'm working with fabric that already has color on it, I can't really choose anything that's light. So I think I'm going to go for my favorite color of them all, which is dark blue, and from there I'm just gonna see where it takes us. All of the fabrics that I have here are natural fibers. The animal print, it's cotton woven. Now this next one is cotton French terry, so it's a knit, and so is this next one as well. This green one, however, is a really nice medium weight linen. That green color just isn't my kind of green. It either has to be a lot lighter or a lot darker, and that's why I thought, okay, let me take my chance and dye it a darker color and see if that helps. And if you're trying to dye your fabric as well that already has some color on it, all I do is just follow the instructions on the package, and it only takes about a couple of hours. So let's fast forward and let me show you the result. I'm going to start with my favorite result, which is this green linen. Definitely a much darker, deeper shade, which I absolutely love and enjoy, and definitely can see using in the future. So a win for this one. This animal print one might seem a little funky at first, but you know what? I really love the combination of the dark spots with a little bit of purple over here. So not blue, but it actually gave us purple. And I think that this one combined with the green linen can actually work really well together. As for the French terry, I would say that it's not my favorite result of all times at all, but it's definitely better than it was before. I'm going to use up this fabric for sure. It's just I was hoping for a slightly more pronounced color that isn't as muted. But you know, we took a chance and this is what it is. And can you imagine? That's it. We're done. Whew. That was a big one. And if you need a little bit more encouragement and a little bit more inspiration to tackle your pile, maybe you're not done with your pile just yet, then I definitely got you covered. Take a look at this video right over here. I tackle a pile of mending and upcycles. And thank you so much for watching. And until next time, happy, thoughtful, sewing, creativity, and doing all things that inspire you and others to create something beautiful. Until next time, bye!